Well, happy Monday. It's Leza live on the radio, on the news, 103.5 FM, KYCA. Feeling good today. How about you, Matt Hinshaw?
You said not to screw it up today, and you're already dropping the ball. But when it comes to me, it's fine, right?
Mitt Hanshaw is what I said.
Mitt Hinshaw?
Mitt Hinshaw. Mitt Hanshaw. No, I changed the I and the A. Matt. I'm not going to say your last name ever again. I won't screw up Matt, hopefully. How are you?
Well, I can't promise that.
Well, I can't either.
Let me see. Hold on. What's the one Steve Blair always says? Vertical and taking nutrition.
Nutrition.
Right?
Okay.
Taking nourishment.
Nourishment.
Close. No, I'm good. I'm just really tired.
Yeah. Well,
long weekend.
You're always tired. That's nothing new.
Oh, it's worse this weekend.
Even worse?
Yeah.
How are you going to survive, my friend? I'm so concerned.
How to drink more?
Oh,
sleep more?
I knew you'd have some
eat more?
solution.
I don't know.
Well, I'm glad to see you this Monday morning. How's Drew?
Wonderful.
Wunderbar. Well, I have to tell you, you have to share your name this morning with a huge star.
A huge what?
A huge star. Probably the biggest star we've had on our show ever, Matt.
Besides me?
Well, besides you and Drew, of course.
Oh, of course. All right.
Yes. Drew Wren is coming in this morning. If you guys watched American Idol last night, you saw her on it, and you saw her get the golden ticket. She's going to Hollywood.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes, this is a big deal. I mean, I don't know if
Wonderful.
you remember, but she was on the X Factor when she was 14 years old, and she was amazing then. Made it into like the final 8 or something like that. She'll give us all the details because she's in studio this morning.
I was here, but I don't think Drew was. He was probably still in, that other state.
Right. Yeah, well, it was a big
Confusion.
deal. And so she's a local celebrity, and she's in Nashville, still pursuing her dream of being, a country and just pop singer, songwriter. She writes songs. She performed one of her originals last night on American Idol. And I'm really excited about this interview. We're going to have a ton of fun.
Very good.
Yes, Looking forward to it. That's why I told Matt not to screw it up.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
so much for that.
I haven't done anything. What are you
know.
talking
Not
about?
yet.
It was Lisa.
Not yet, anyway.
Or should I say Lisa?
There
There you go. Feel better now?
Oh, give me a buck.
Does that
Put
make
it
you
in
feel better now? I screwed up something.
Well, yeah, but when you screw up my name, you have to pay.
Of course.
Yeah, so
I want to see it in the jar.
that's right. Get it out. You got a buck on you?
I don't.
He has no money. He's
I don't.
He's a homeowner.
He'd have to borrow a buck from me.
Yeah, Drew, can I borrow a dollar?
To put a
Yeah,
dollar
no
in
problem,
the pot. God bless. All right, so lots of basketball this weekend. My bracket is somewhat still alive because Duke is still in it, right?
I think so.
I think so.
I was pretty much busy this weekend.
Okay, this morning I asked ChatGPT to give me the Sweet 16, Michigan State, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Kentucky, Auburn, Michigan, Houston, Purdue, Arizona is taking on Duke on Friday. So this is a big deal. Arkansas, Texas Tech, BYU, Alabama, Florida, and Maryland. We are going to have a lot of these games on our sister station, the Team 1450 AM KNOT.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
can listen right there for free, and very exciting. So I got out my bracket, And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in the Sweet 16.
Okay.
Does anybody care?
Mine is still perfect.
Because you never filled
I
one
have
out.
not filled it out.
How's
Nope.
yours doing?
Actually, Jamie has taken it over, and I forgot to bring it in. So
Oh.
tomorrow I'll bring in mine.
Okay.
She's filled in, but I had Arizona, so that's my
To take the whole thing.
yeah.
Okay, well, I have Duke to take the whole thing.
I
so.
thought you had Grand Canyon to take the whole thing.
Yeah!
No,
Drew?
that's who I wanted to.
I don't
I
know.
remember I took
Backpedaling.
one.
I don't know.
I
I
don't
took
know.
one from every division.
Well, aren't they in the same? No? Oh, okay. Well, anyway, that is happening, and like I said, check out our sister station, the Team 1450 AM KNOT. Tomorrow we have the Golden State versus Miami game. Wednesday it's the Lakers at Indiana, and then Thursday tournament coverage will start. It looks like 4:00. And we'll have the BYU versus Alabama and Maryland versus Florida games. Oh, see, so they're going to switch between the two games. So, I mean, you're going to get everything you need right there on our sister station, The Team. Dun, 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 dun.
Now is it?
It's pretty
K-Knot?
exciting. KNOT, The Team, 1450
Knot?
AM.
Okay.
Do you remember way back? You probably don't remember, but, I mean, KNOT was the big country station here in the area when I moved here 35
Country,
years ago.
huh?
Yeah, KNOT. Yeah, and now it's a sports station. So
It's probably better now.
go Team. Yeah, for sure. We can get country other places.
Yep.
Definitely, but you can't get sports anywhere but on our sister station, The Team, 1450 AM KNOT. Did I say it enough?
No. One more
Okay.
time.
One more time? Okay, a little
Just for
later
good
on.
measure.
Little later on in the hour. How was your weekend? You had no plans except for just staying home and doing some stuff around the house. And was it
It
productive?
did not disappoint.
Good.
Saturday was my day to get my stuff done.
Good.
And then Sunday was on the bike, did a little under 200 miles.
Yeah? Wow.
Yeah, had a nice ride, went out to Bad Dad. Then from there back to Congress, and then to Wickenburg, and then back to Prescott.
Wow,
and-
what a nice drive.
yeah, the weather was spectacular. Didn't need heat. Didn't just
Yeah.
beautiful, like we're going to have today.
Oh, why don't you just segue right into the weather?
Okay.
Please.
Well, I'm excited because today, if we make it to 79, we will set a record.
79?
79
That's
will be a
too
record.
hot. No, I don't want to be 79 just yet.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. We want 79.
Do we really?
Hey, tomorrow it's going to be 80.
Well, I was in the valley this weekend, and it was in the 80s, and it was
Yeah.
hot.
Well,
It
today
was
would be a good day to
unseasonably
go
hot.
golfing. It'd be a good day for you to go golfing because we don't have very little wind.
Yeah.
It's going to be 78 degrees.
Okay.
Our low's going to be 41.
Lovely.
I mean, it's just.
Is it going to be hotter tomorrow?
82 tomorrow and then 79 on Wednesday, and then it cools off.
Okay.
We have a little bit high pressure system coming
Okay.
in. It'll cool off, and then we'll be in the 60s.
Just a little bit of a heat spell. The 60s, I'm liking the 60s.
I
What about
prefer
you?
the 60s.
Yeah, we prefer the 60s for a good another month.
Drew,
Well,
fix it.
I'll put in
Put in a
the
good
good
word.
word, but I can tell you this: we're going to have some of the best weather in the country.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, 82.
Yeah, we say that a lot, don't we?
Come
have
on.
the best weather in the country.
Well, we
we'll have to
do.
ask Drew what the weather's like in Nashville these days. If it's warming up and if it's sweaty there all year round. I don't know, but I want to know.
I'm sure it's humid.
Yeah.
Not now.
Not
Very
now?
humid.
Not now.
Yeah. Just ask Drew.
Well, you know my other question.
Yes.
He said he did 200 miles on the bike.
Yes.
I didn't want to interrupt, but he did 200 miles. Well, now was that 200 miles an hour or 200 miles?
Oh, good question, Matt. Good
Well,
question.
you if you know those roads, you can't do that anyway.
No.
Again, 8 miles out over the limit is all I allow.
Okay. That's me too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. 8
Yep.
miles.
I
8
believe
miles
it.
an hour over the limit. That's
Only
it.
over 55 is what I should add to that. You know what I mean? It's not like I do 43 in a 35
Why not?
Ow.
because, it's a small town. And it says Leza Live on the
There's-
back of my car.
This weekend, man, I was driving all over the place, as you know.
Yeah.
And I was going down 69, and there was not many cars out at all.
Nice.
And you know me, I don't drive I don't drive slow, but I don't drive super fast. 8 miles over.
Yeah,
right.
that's
what
right.
that's what it is, right? I was getting past like I was going backwards on
Ah.
69. There were literally people doing 70 and 80 miles an hour on
Yeah.
69
Yeah.
in town.
And that's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a real problem. That's
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
even someone that likes to move, that bothers
Well,
me.
yeah. I mean, we had that horrific accident this
Yeah.
past
I was
weekend.
gonna
was on
say
Saturday.
Williamson Valley.
Coincidentally.
Oh my gosh! Yes, people that saw it said that it's something they can never unsee, and we don't know what caused it. We know it was a head-on collision on Williamson Valley Road. Lives were lost, 3, a dad and 2 small children, and so if you do anything, just slow it down a little bit. It's better to end up being somewhere late than not making it there at all.
And put your phone down.
I tell you what.
Even though that's probably not a cause of this, but put your phone down. People
Yeah.
I see it all the time now.
Distracted
All the
driving.
time.
Lots of causes of distracted driving these days. But yeah, I mean, if you just slow it down and realize you're going to get there when you get there and look out for the other guy, I mean, that is something my dad taught me when I was learning to drive. Watch out for the other guy because you can do all you can do. But if they're not,
You got to avoid them.
You got to avoid him. Yeah. Oh, it
Yeah.
looks like Jim Lamerson is on the line
Eagle update.
with an Eagle update.
All right.
Good morning, Jim. What's going on?
Hey, you.
Hey.
Hey, I thought I'd give you a quick Eagle update.
Love
I
it.
was watching the deal this morning, and Jackie, the female,
Yes.
she got a fish hook lodged in her throat from eating a fish.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and she worked on it and worked on it, and eventually she got the hook. She got it out.
Oh, my gosh. This was all on camera.
Yeah. They got people watching these birds.
Yeah. Is she going to be okay, you think?
Yeah, she'll be okay. She was able to get the hook up and out, and she'll be okay. And then the babies are in the nest, and they're healthy and getting fat, and
Good.
she's taking good care of them. So anyway,
Yeah, well, that is a huge update. I'm so glad she's okay. How awful.
so I just thought, well, it is what it is. I mean,
Yeah, it is. It's nature.
yeah, if you've ever gone fishing, sometimes you lose a fish, they break the hook off, or whatever the case would happen. And,
Right.
But anyway, the good news is she was able to get rid of the hook.
That's amazing. Can you tell us how she got it out?
She just worked it out.
With just her throat.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh. And then she just spit it out?
yeah.
Wow. That is amazing. Are you looking for it, Matt, on
Yes,
video?
I know. You
He's
can tell when
Googling
I'm
it.
Googling it.
He's
Yeah,
Googling it
she
because
can
we got to see that. That's amazing. Oh,
Yeah.
Jim.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. Like she worked it out by, wiggling her throat and jiggling her throat. And
How long did it take her?
You know how sometimes you have to cough up a piece of meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that type of thing.
I've
Is
never-
what it looked like.
Never had to cough up a fish hook, though.
Well, you probably don't have to have the same
No.
level of eating as she does.
No, I don't. Thank goodness. Oh, bless her heart. Well, I'm so glad she's okay, and I appreciate the update. You
Yeah.
keep us posted, Jim
Well,
Lamerson.
the good news is his shadow stayed with her the whole time.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. He tried to help.
Oh, I love this. This is wonderful.
Yeah,
Thank
he
you.
tried to help. He tried to help, but she took care of it herself. So,
Yeah.
all right.
All right.
Talk to you.
Keep us posted.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Okay, bye. All right. We should probably move on at this point. What do you think?
You're the boss. I'm just here
I
for
am the
hanging
boss.
out.
John Russ did give me some updates.
I want to
on,
watch the birds, though.
on the sports. Yeah, keep it up. That's fun. On the sports that he mentioned on Friday. I guess Friday the Pima College men's basketball team lost to Parkland 95-75 in the Junior College Division II National Tournament Final Four. Bradshaw Mountain graduate Mason Hunt recorded 10 points and 6 rebounds for the Aztecs. Saturday, Parkland lost to Kirkwood College 55-54 in the national championship game. Wow. That must have been something. And then on Saturday, the Arizona Christian University men's basketball team beat Grace University 73-71 in the Elite Eight of the NAIA National Tournament. The Firestorm College of Idaho in the Final Four tonight. John Rust giving it to us this morning. Thank you, John, for the update on the other divisions and leagues and in the tournament. I like it.
Johnny Wet Metal on top of it.
He is the man. All right. Coming up, going to be chatting with Drew. Oh, you sent me a text. Is that what you're saying?
No, I was answering your question.
Oh.
Nashville is 60 degrees, and they have their high is going to be 60 today and a low of 46.
They have perfect weather.
So, yeah.
What's the humidity, though?
Didn't say.
Okay. We'll ask Drew all about it because she's lived in both places. So, Drew Wren coming up next here on Leza Live. Stay with us. Okay, so as we cool off and we heat up, it's very important that we have AC Medic Heating and Air Conditioning's number in our phones, because when your air conditioning breaks when it is hot outside, or your heater doesn't work when it's cold outside, you got to give them a call. They'll take care of you. Their number is 928-848-6224. They have us covered, and this is super special. Seniors, veterans, and first responders get 10% off all repairs. Whether it's a repair you need, a full system install, or just some good old-fashioned maintenance, AC Medic has you covered. Don't suffer through another Arizona season without top-notch comfort. AC Medic Heating and Air, your trusted first responder for comfort. The number 928-848-6224. A bona fide superstar in studio with us this morning. Welcome, Drew Wren. I'm so happy to see you.
I'm so happy to be back with you.
It's been so long.
It has been so
When
long.
did you move away from the area? Because we'll get into who you are and what you've done, but we just got to get this little chit-chat out of the way.
Well, I live in Nashville now, and
Right.
I'm kind of almost a Nashville local, which is crazy because I'm truly an Arizona local.
Right.
But I've lived there almost 10 years, so
10
almost a decade.
years.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? Well, you guys will remember Drew as Drew Reinowitz, and she was 14 years old. Can you believe you were only 14?
Yes.
When you were on the X
no.
Factor. Yeah, I know. I mean, it seems like a whole lifetime ago, doesn't it?
It really was. It
Yes.
was basically a lifetime ago, and I can't believe I've stuck at the same dream. I mean, it really solidifies that this is what I'm meant to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Your 14 inaugural season of the X Factor.
Yes. And I was
there
here with you talking about it.
Yes. I mean, we've been talking about it your whole career. And you ended up in what, was it the final 8 with the X Factor?
Top 6.
Top 6.
14 years old, top 6. It was totally crazy. What a whirlwind.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it again. Isn't
Yeah.
that crazy?
It is. Well, it's amazing. And like you said, it is a testimony to your dream and sticking with what you know you want to do with your life.
Yes.
And so let's talk a little bit about X Factor, then we'll get to American Idol, because I'm sure a lot of people listening watched you last night, as did I. And I recorded it for my husband so he could see it when he got home, because we didn't want to miss it.
Oh, thank you.
But all of a sudden, this past week, we started to hear that you were going to try out for American Idol. And it was just kind of came out of the blue. And it was like, this is amazing. And a lot of people, and I have to say myself, I thought it was American Idol that you were on before. And I bet you've heard that before.
I have. I've actually heard that my whole life. People are like, I voted for you on American Idol.
Right.
I'm like, well, that's the spirit. It was not American Idol, though.
Right.
So finally, my friend texted me last night and they go, wow, you're not Drew Wren from the X Factor anymore. You're really Drew Wren from American Idol now.
Yes, amazing. And last night I was like, I wonder why they didn't mention it. I'm like, I'll ask her that tomorrow morning. But then this morning I realized it was X Factor. And you got to meet Justin Bieber, right, back in the day?
Yes,
and
I got to
his
sing
song.
with him. Yes, it was the coolest duet of my life. I wonder how I'll ever top it, because a 14-year-old girl singing with Justin Bieber is everything.
And he was the it
yes
pop star at that time.
Yes, that was really the peak of my life, although it's my goal to just continue to level up.
Sure, absolutely. Well, you're doing it. So we watched you last night. You sang an original song.
I did.
Tell
Isn't
us
that
about
cool?
the song.
It's so cool that the shows allow artists to sing their original
Yes.
music. That was one of the main draws for me. Although this was totally random as it is for you to hear, whoa, she's going on American Idol. It was a random decision.
Yeah.
I knew that I had this song. I saved it for 6 years and didn't put it out. I said there's going to be a special moment for this song. I don't know when it's going to happen. And the opportunity arose to audition with that song for American Idol, and I couldn't turn it down.
That is amazing. Tell everybody about the song.
The song is called Walk on Water. I was bullied a lot online after being on TV at 14.
Isn't that terrible?
About my looks and things like that. And this is pre-social media, so I didn't know how to deal with it. It wasn't quite as common online. And I did a lot of anti-bullying work from like 18 to 20. I did about 300 shows for anti-bullying, and I wrote music about it. And this was one of those songs that I wrote just about wishing that someone had just said, you can do it. You
Right.
can do it. I was so caught up in how I looked and how I sounded and what if everybody doesn't like me? And so this is sort of my full circle moment, dealing with that at a young age. And then now at 28, I was 27 when I auditioned. It was just a couple months ago. But closing that chapter.
Yeah. Well, it was a beautiful rendition, and they loved it. The judges loved the song.
They
and
did.
they loved you.
I was so nervous about that. A
Yeah.
lot of people go in there with originals, and they said it's a gamble. It can be a
Right.
real gamble because we don't know the song.
Yeah.
And I trusted my gut. I walked in there, and I actually had a cover prepared as well, just in case I changed my mind.
What was it? What was the cover?
So I used to sing at Chino Valley Spring Fest and all of these different local things here. Temporary Home by Carrie Underwood. And so I prepared to maybe pull that one out
Yeah.
if I needed to.
Right.
Because, it's so weird. I didn't know she was going to be the new judge when I had thought about auditioning. And when she was, I said, I have to do this. This is it. I sang her music growing up everywhere. She was my first concert.
That's what you said on the show last night.
Yes.
Yes, unbelievable. Well, tell us a little bit about the process. Okay, so was this the first time you performed to audition to be part of the show, or were there auditions prior to last night's show that we saw?
The way this show works, you do quite a few Zoom auditions before you meet the judges.
Okay.
And so people don't know, you really put a lot of your life into this.
Sure.
And a lot of work, a lot of hard work. And so I did a few Zoom calls with the producers, and they got to know me, which is great because it gives them enough about you that when you get on TV, they're able to do such a wonderful job. They did such a good job at showcasing kind of from the beginning of my life to now.
Right.
Although I know some people mentioned we didn't talk about the fact that I had been on a show before.
Right, no.
I did do interviews talking about that.
Yeah, they just didn't add it, huh?
It didn't make the cut for this.
Yeah.
But the real ones know. They
Yeah.
remember.
Right.
I have done this before. It's such an honor to get to do it again.
Right.
Way over a decade later.
Isn't that amazing? So amazing. Okay, so did you have to fill out an application? I want to know what the first step was. What made you think now is the time to try out for American Idol, or have you been trying out? Tell us that story.
I actually thought I would never try out for another show again. I
After
thought
the
that
experience.
experience was sort of over for me. I got an Instagram message from someone, and they said, "Do you want to audition for American Idol?" And I said, I don't know. I just don't think so. Sorry. And then they said, okay, one last chance a few weeks later. Do you want to audition for American
Wow,
Idol?
they really wanted you.
I would really love for you to audition. And I said, okay, I'll bite. That was my text. Because I was like, am I really going to do this again? This crazy experience. It's
Right.
like nothing you could ever do.
Yeah.
And that's when I got on that first Zoom call, and then the second Zoom call, and the third, and then on into the judges.
And that was the only time you performed in front of the judges, was what we saw last night.
yes, yep, that was my first time meeting them. As you could see, I was like, whoa, what's
Yeah.
happening?
Oh, you were adorable. You were
Thank
adorable.
you.
Yes, absolutely. And I think picking your own song actually worked in your favor, because a lot of people last night, they said to them, we want to see what you can do. You sound just like so-and-so when you perform that song, but we want to know what you can do as you. And so I think you made the right choice, don't you?
I do. That's what I've been doing in Nashville all these years, is writing music. So I
Yes.
wanted to showcase that.
Exactly, exactly. Do you consider yourself more of a songwriter or a performer?
I switch off. It's
Yeah.
just that during the pandemic, I got to lean a lot into songwriting.
Sure.
Pre-pandemic, I was performing 19 city tours back to back all over the U.S.
Wow. What was that like?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love being on the road. I love the fast pace. And when it slows down, I'm like, what do I do with my hands?
I love it so much. We're talking with Drew Wren, who is going to Hollywood.
I'm
You got
going to
Where's the
Hollywood.
ticket? I thought for sure you'd bring the golden
My
ticket.
mom told me to bring it. I cannot believe I forgot it. And she's listening right now going, I told her.
Hi, Roberta. I was so happy to see her on stage with you after your performance last night on the show.
Yes.
Yes, because I haven't seen her in 10 years either.
She
so-
looks the same,
Yeah,
right?
she does.
She really
Exactly
does.
the same.
She's the tiniest lady ever.
Yeah.
She's just
Yeah,
a
she looks like your sister. So great. Well, and she still lives here in Chino Valley, right? Your parents?
She does. All my brothers live here. My parents, my friends. I was able to watch the show last night with
With
a bunch of my
friends?
friends and family.
What was that like?
It was so. Oh, I said it to them. I feel so unworthy of just the level of love that I have in my life. So
Well, I don't want you to feel that way.
Oh, thank
because regardless of the show, you are worthy of it, and
Thank
you know
you.
that. I hope. I
Thank
hope you
you.
know that now, after everything you've gone through, after the X Factor, and
thank
to
you.
to experience this again. So much fun. All right, more with Drew Wren this morning on Leza Live. If you want to call in, if you have a question for Drew, or you just want to shout out and say
Yes.
hi, the phone lines are open. 928-541 1016. All right, dental emergencies. No fun, right? They can strike when you least expect them. But Pro Solutions Dental Group is here to help. From severe pain to unexpected accidents, their expert team is ready to provide fast, compassionate care when you need it most. Don't let a dental emergency ruin your day. Trust Pro Solutions to bring relief and get you back on track quickly. Learn more about their emergency services at PrescottDentist.com or give them a call, 928-776-1208. Pro Solutions Dental Group, your trusted partner for urgent dental care. Leza live on the news, 103.5 FM, KYCA, hanging out with Drew Wren, American pop and R&B singer and songwriter from Chino Valley, currently living in Nashville, pursuing her dream. What is the ultimate dream, Drew?
The ultimate dream is to only do music.
Yeah.
That's like, I just want to sing.
Yes.
To just sing.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, you're on your way.
I am.
She was on American Idol last night, the audition, and she got the golden ticket on her way to Hollywood.
Yes.
And so tell me, what was it like singing in front of those three icons in the business? I mean, Lionel Richie, Carrie Underwood.
Right? I
mean,
know.
Amazing.
It was... it's such an honor to sing for a panel of judges who have had such massive success, but who are still so humble at that point in their career.
Right.
It's very inspiring as an up and coming artist to see legends so down to earth.
Sure.
I was still so scared as if they weren't going to be down to earth, but I love them. Lionel Richie is, I mean, come on.
Oh, he is a beautiful human being.
He really is.
Very kind, and he really wants people to do their best and succeed. I mean, you can tell.
He does. He's such a cheerleader. Luke Bryan, the same thing. And they're both so amazing. I know I made the most of Carrie because she was my first concert.
Right.
And of course, she's a girl and someone that I want to be like. But those three judges, you could not pick better judges for a show. They were so kind to me. I was like, what if they say something bad? But they didn't. They just are cheerleaders.
Yeah, they were so cute because you voted for yourself first before they voted. You're like, yes, and they're like, oh, you're the first one in the history of American Idol to vote for yourself. And I mean, that really actually is pretty cool.
Yes,
you probably
4
didn't
yeses.
Exactly, 4 yeses. Nobody's gotten 4 yeses before.
No,
but
never.
Yeah.
I know I've sort of blurted it out because I was getting so excited with the buildup.
Sure.
When Lionel finally said, you should start getting excited right now.
Yes.
I was like, okay, I think I'm going to get the golden ticket.
Right. And how did that feel? And what went through your mind when they said, all three of them said yes?
Oh, I couldn't even digest it. When my family ran in the room and they were all hugging me, I still was like, what is happening right now?
Right.
The golden ticket's in my hand. This is something I dreamed of as a little girl.
Right.
I watched Idol. I have the voting phone number memorized. I voted for Carrie Underwood. I voted for Bo Bice. I voted for all of them. I
Right.
mean, I was calling on the house phone.
Yeah.
And so it was just surreal. It was
Yeah.
a surreal thing I thought of my whole life doing.
Right.
American Idol is that show.
It is that show.
I've done another show and I'm so grateful, but American Idol is what I grew up on. It feels so nostalgic to be on that platform.
Right. What season is this season that you're on?
You know what's so funny? They're calling it two different things. I think
Okay.
it's season 23, but there was a break for Idol. And so
Okay.
it's also like season 5, I think, or something of the
Okay.
new.
But the 23rd season. So
Yeah, I
we all
believe so.
basically grew up watching American Idol.
Yes,
Yeah.
totally.
And it is the pinnacle. Look at the huge stars that it has produced. Kelly Clarkson.
I know.
I mean, the list is long. Carrie Underwood, probably the biggest star, would you say?
Yeah,
that
I
Idol
think-
produced?
I think Kelly and Carrie Underwood. I mean, you've got some great artists more recently as well. Gabby Barrett, country singer. There's so many different people who've been on that show, even who weren't finalists on that show.
Right.
Just being able to audition is the honor.
Yes. Okay, so you auditioned, you got the ticket. What happens next?
I go to Hollywood. I
Yeah.
go to Hollywood, and as you've seen on the show in the past, it's the most brutal part of the show. It's where they really try to see who can do the industry. I've been in the music industry for a long time. It's pretty brutal, and Hollywood is supposed to make or break you.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we'll have to, all tune in together to see how that works out for everyone.
Right. And it's Sunday evenings.
Yes,
7
Sunday
o'clock.
evenings. I think there's one more audition episode, and then
Okay.
I believe it goes to Hollywood.
Hollywood. Okay, amazing. And when can we start participating? Because I know that at one point we get to vote for our favorites.
This is true. So the way the show works, regardless of me, is there's auditions, then Hollywood, then the Hollywood people would go to Hawaii, and then Hawaii would be the first round that you could vote for your favorites.
And those are live, right?
Yeah, that will be top 24.
Okay.
And then live shows where there's voting is top 20 and on.
Okay, top 20 and
so
on.
if I make it that far, yes, everybody, I hope that Arizona will tune in and see and would vote for me.
Well, of course we will. And maybe you can help us to remember. Maybe you can call in every once in a while.
I will definitely do that.
I'll give you the phone number and we'll just solicit votes from your longtime fans. And I'm sure after this run, you're going to have so many new fans and anxious to see what you do with the show. It's going to be so good. So talk about some of the other contestants. Did you get to meet some of the people that you performed with or auditioned with last night?
Yeah. So I met quite a few of the other Nashville auditioners, and then Hollywood has been recorded. And so for that first round of Hollywood, I met all of the hopefuls who made it. And so there's a ton of talent. Word on the street is this might be the biggest amount of talent as a group that there's ever been.
Yeah. I mean, last night watching the auditions, it was one good one after another. And it's exciting. And, I have to be honest with you. I have not watched American Idol in so long. I mean, it has been years. And so I tuned in last night and I loved it. I forgot how much I loved it.
So you're experiencing that nostalgia again too.
Exactly. And I think a lot of people saying that you were going to be on last night, I saw it all over Facebook. All of a sudden there's this, this rush, this flush of Drew Rinn and American Idol. And I was really excited to tune in and I really enjoyed it. So we're going to have a lot of fun watching you on this journey.
It is. It's such a fun show. The talent is amazing, amazing, amazing. It's hard to even consider it a competition when there's just such lovely people.
Yeah, so. That's a nice thing to say. What has surprised you the most so far in this process? Because you've been at this now for a few months, right?
I think that the most surprising part probably is the level of talent that you're around. If after being in the industry for a long time, you'd like to think that, I've got this. I've totally got this in the bag.
Yeah.
But it's such a great reminder when you're in a competition setting that there really are so many amazing singers out there, and we all have that same fire within us.
Right.
And it just takes a little bit of luck to get there. That's the truth. There's so much talent in the world, and then you get that little spark of luck, and that's what takes you.
And you got to take it.
Yeah.
Why did you at first say no? I mean, you said it was because of the bullying and the experience you had after X Factor. You were only 14. That had to be hard for anybody, I think. The scrutiny.
Yeah.
At 14 years old, national scrutiny. So I understand why you would be a little apprehensive, but you're more mature. And is that why you kind of gave it a second thought? You're like, you know what? I can handle it now. I'm not going to go down that path. I've already done it, and I know better.
I have been thinking that, and I've been thinking I want to do this one in a way that is fun for me. I often put a lot of pressure on my career and my music, and I take it maybe a little too seriously. And so when I agreed to do this, I said, I really want to enjoy it for the 14-year-old who was scared out of her mind, who did not know what was going on.
Right.
I want to just enter this now that I know what this process is like and enjoy it. Just enjoy being able to do this again and the honor that is.
Right. I love that attitude and perspective.
Thank you.
You are going to enjoy it.
I
And we
am.
are going to enjoy it along with you,
Yes.
which is very exciting as well. All right, we're going to take another commercial break. More with Drew Rinn coming up here on Leza Live. Stay with us. All right, taking care of your health should never be an afterthought, and at Prescott Women's Clinic, it never is. For over 4 decades, they've been the trusted choice for women's health care in our community, offering everything from annual exams to pregnancy care and menopause support. Their team is compassionate, knowledgeable, and ready to provide the care you deserve. Don't put off your health. Schedule your appointment today with Prescott Women's Clinic. Give them a call, 928-778-4300, or visit them online at PrescottWomen'sClinic.com.
Getting real
Welcome back to Leza Live on the News, 103.5 FM, KYCA, chit-chatting with Drew Rinn from American Idol this morning. I know a lot of you listening watched her audition last night in front of the big celebrity judges, and you blew 'em away with your original song, Walk on Water, which, by the way, is available to download right now.
Yes.
Just go to anywhere where you get your music, correct?
Yes, I put that song out just in time for the show. I was hoping that my episode would air and that I would get to say exactly what I'm saying. Go tune in to the episode and then go listen to the song right afterward.
Right. So go ahead and download the song. And so you didn't know that your audition would air.
You never know. There are so many, because there's so much talent, so many people go and their audition doesn't air. So you really don't know until you're standing there watching it and you don't know what it's going to be like. When I stood there yesterday, I'm like, what if it's weird? What if I'm weird?
Yeah. So did you know you were going to be on last night?
That's the only thing I knew. And I didn't know where in the episode.
Right.
Every single time someone would come, I was like, oh, I think I'm going to be next. And then my group would be like, oh, it's not you. Like, I don't know where I am.
Well, and I tuned in a little late and I thought, oh, if I missed her, if she was the very first one, I will be so sad. But you were right in the middle.
Yeah, really kind of dead smack in the middle.
Absolutely. Very cool. Well, okay, so it's been over 10 years since you were on the X Factor.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said you did the touring for the Stop Bullying campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but now you've lived in Nashville for 10 years. And tell us what your life is like there in Nashville. What do you do?
I moved to Nashville so that I could write more music and really so I could roll out of bed and go into a writing session.
Yeah.
I had been so accustomed to traveling back and forth to Nashville and LA. And so I wanted to be able to wake up and write a song.
Right.
And that's what I do. I write a lot of music there. I've had some really cool songwriting success. I started posting my songwriting on TikTok, and I created a challenge called the Random Word Generator Challenge, where I would take 3 random words from a random word generator website, and I would incorporate them into a song. And so I started that during the pandemic because I was at home and I'm like, what am I supposed to do here?
Right.
And it became a viral sort of trend for other singers to participate in.
How fun.
And it blew up some of my music. I was able to get millions of streams on my Spotify on these songs that I thought were just for fun with 3 random words.
Yeah.
And so I get to write music every day. It's my dream just to do music. And I still travel a lot. I'm hardly home. So really, I've lived there 5 years because I'm halfway not there.
That makes sense.
But yeah, I love Nashville. I love the people. It feels like a small town.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows each other, but it's a city.
Yeah.
And so it's very cool. And celebrities are everywhere.
I'm
You'll
sure.
run into Keith Urban at the grocery store.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So are you performing in Nashville as well? Do you have any gigs that you partake in, or are you just writing?
What is so funny is by the time I get home from all of my travel, I am just wanting to stay home and just be at my house. So I don't perform as much in Nashville as I have sort of just nationally.
Okay.
And usually I'm coming home from a performance. This past year I got to do so many things with iHeart and do their red carpet events.
Oh,
so
nice.
I'm always traveling and doing events.
Yeah. And do you love that lifestyle?
I do love it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a movie premiere tomorrow, and that's the dream, right? It's
Right.
to be able to be included in all of these things that people that I'm inspired by are doing.
Yes,
So.
absolutely. Speaking of being inspired, who has inspired you? We know Carrie Underwood, but as a child and young adult, who's up there?
I'm inspired a lot by the greats. Celine Dion is one of my favorite singers. I just really take to her powerful singing.
Right.
I had another really amazing viral moment singing one of her songs. It's how I got my following on TikTok. I gained 2.2 million followers from singing Celine Dion and writing music. And so if I could ever sing with her, I actually don't think I could do it. I don't even know how I would do it.
Man.
Kelly Clarkson, she's one of my favorites. I love Pink. I love sort of, I guess, the early 2000s era of singers as well. Avril Lavigne. That was when I was young and impressionable.
Right.
So those are the people who really inspired me.
That's wonderful. Has anybody picked up any of your songs that you've written and produced them?
Yeah. So I sort of fell into writing electronic dance music. This is so crazy. Picture me at the club, right?
Yeah, right.
But I get to write it like a ballad, and then they make it and sound cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got to work with huge DJs who are world-renowned international DJs. And that was one part of my writing. I do sessions every week with random different artists, so I'm really blessed.
Yes,
I
wonderful.
feel very blessed.
Well, and you have your lovely husband here with you. How long have you guys been married?
We've been married a little over 6 years.
Ah, well, Dylan's a sweetheart.
He is the best. He's by my side. We both are in the music industry, so we're together basically 100% of the time. We get to do our dreams together.
Yes, and
pretty
doing
amazing.
it in Nashville, that's got to be something special together.
It really is. I
Yes.
got a Texan out of Texas and into Tennessee, which is crazy.
That's fantastic. All right, we're talking with Drew Rinn this morning. She auditioned on American Idol last night, made it through, has the golden ticket. She's heading to Hollywood.
Heading to
And
Hollywood.
When we come back, I want to ask you, I know that you decided that you're going to enjoy this experience. That's different from your experience on the X Factor. But what else are you doing differently? We'll talk about that coming up here on Leza Live. Stay with us. Welcome back to Leza Live on the News, 103.5 FM KYCA, having a lovely conversation with Drew Rinn, who is on this season of American Idol, made it through to Hollywood.
Yay!
I mean, doesn't that, every time you hear it, doesn't it still just...
Yes, I heard that my
shock
whole
you?
life. I'm going to
Yeah.
Hollywood, and I got to say it.
You did say it. Yeah, and your whole family was there. Dylan was there.
Yes.
Everybody came up on, and I bet your parents were so proud of you. I mean, they've always been proud of you. Your mom, I mean, and your dad. I remember him bringing you to the studio over at Magic, and when you couldn't drive.
Yep.
And we would have our little interviews and stuff. It's just been so wonderful to watch your career, and we continue to get to see what you're going to do next.
Totally. And my family has always been so supportive. It's great. I've had a lot of success, and every time I hit another milestone, they're just as excited as the first time.
Oh, I'm sure. Parents never stop.
No.
Nope, they never stop. So, what kind of advice would you give to young people? 14-year-old Drew. What kind of advice would you give Drew?
Oh, this is such a good question. I just actually sat down with a car salesman. I was buying a car, and his daughter loves to sing, and he asked me this question on the fly,
Yeah.
and I hadn't really thought about it in a long time.
Right.
I think what I said to you earlier about enjoying the process
Right.
is very important for young people. I think when you start very young, you can tend to try to grow up really fast so that you fit into this world you're trying to enter. And so to really enjoy yourself, and the truth is, you have to work harder than the person next to you, because there will always be somebody who might be less talented than you, but has a drive way bigger than yours. And so it's all about the drive. It's about continuing on even when you fall down, even when you don't win. I learned about that obviously at 14. I was 6th place, and to me that was I couldn't grasp that I was a finalist. I thought that meant that I lost.
Right.
And so, which you saw, I cried. It was very hard. And so it's about getting up and going again. There's going to be another 15-year-old who's going to get up, and then they're going to get ahead of you.
Right.
And so you really just want to be the person in the room who works the hardest and has the most fun.
I love it. I love it. So aside of that, having fun during this experience, anything else you're going to do differently?
Ooh, I want to showcase more parts of my voice.
Yes.
Over the years, I've worked a lot on my voice.
Okay.
I was such a soft singer, and I still get the most compliments on the soft part of my voice.
Uh-huh.
But I've worked a lot on my range and my belt and the bigger part of my voice,
Right.
inspired by Kelly Clarkson and Celine Dion.
Nice.
And so I just want to showcase more, and then maybe even add a few upbeat moments in there just for fun.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at in my career. I just put out an upbeat song called Love Bomb. And then my song Walk on Water is slow. So I'm just trying to continue to show both of those elements.
Right. I can't wait to see you belt it out.
Yeah. Well,
This is
tune into
exciting.
Hollywood.
Well, you know I'm going to tune in, Drew. And hopefully you can stay in touch with us so that we can kind of get a little bit behind the scenes. Even with just a phone call, I know you won't be able to be in studio. This has just been such a treat to have
Yes,
you
let's
here.
make it a thing.
Yeah, let's make it a thing. Definitely. Well, it's been great having you on. Remind people how they can follow you and where they can get your new single that you just dropped, Walk on Water.
I'm on all social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Well, I'm not on Twitter right now. That's a long story. But you can, I guess it's called X now.
Yeah.
I'm not even with the times.
Right, that's okay.
On Instagram, I'm at Drew Official. TikTok is at Drew Rin. We shortened my last name Reinowitz to Rin because no one could spell it.
Yes.
So it's just R-Y-N. Drew,
Easy.
R-Y-N.
Yeah. It
Same
works.
with YouTube and everywhere else. Google.
Just Google it. That's what I did this morning to get your bio. And of course, all these great pictures came up. Tell me, how are you equipped to handle what happens next after American Idol, after no matter what happens, whether you make it to the final 6 like you did on the X Factor or higher? How are you? Have you thought about what life is going to be like possibly after?
I really, I hope that this experience launches me into maybe a record deal. A lot of people have asked me over the years. I've never signed a record deal or a publishing deal, which are two major things for an artist to do. That was by choice. I just never had the right one, and I wasn't open to it. I was very guarded. I'm not guarded right now. This is the new fun me.
Right.
But I really am open to something new. So I'm hoping that there's a record label that says, yep, that's the one, and a publishing deal so that my writing can continue to be fruitful.
Yes.
Yes, maybe even bigger.
Yes. Okay. Well, that you put it out there. I mean, you put it out there in the world, and hopefully it'll come back, and you'll get exactly what you want. And so, what do you want the community to do for you, Drin? What Drew? What? I just put them together. Drin. I just put the two names
love
together.
it.
What can the community here? Prescott, Chino Valley, Prescott Valley. You're our girl. What can we do?
Oh my gosh. Spread the word.
Okay.
Spread the word about me being on this Idol experience.
Okay.
What can happen is people say, oh, she's totally good. She'll probably just make it. People say that all the time when they've already supported someone in the past.
Right.
So don't lose hope.
Right.
Don't just be like, oh, she's probably fine. She good.
Right.
I really do need the support through this process. And ultimately, if I have the opportunity to make it to live shows, of course, it would be about voting. This is such kind of an old-fashioned thing. We used to all do it. But you can
Right.
text vote on all these shows now.
Perfect.
And keep up on my social media. Stream
Okay.
the music. Stream Walk on Water, the song that I got to sing last night. That's what does it for an artist.
That's what does it. Wonderful. Well, you are just as lovely as ever. I'm so glad you had some time for us this morning, and stay in touch. And good luck. Go get it, girl.
Thank you so much for having me
You're
again.
welcome. We'll see you at noon on 99.1.